Broom? Broom? Good sweeps. Jiggling, wiggling, that's my thighs when I'm running, and my face is red as can be. Step outside for your run and you're thinking, oh man, I might have to pee. But do not go for that noontime run outdoors. The sun above will zap you before you are done. Alright, and we're back. Today is May 28th. It's a Thursday. It feels like a Friday. It has felt like a Friday all day today because it has been absolutely gorgeous. I was not feeling up for running tonight, but a good power walk never hurt anybody. So that's what I did tonight. It was about 8:15 when I left, and shock and awe, the joy of summer is that it is now almost 9 o'clock at night and the sun is just now starting to set. Now, the unfortunate part of me going on a power walk or run of any type of activity in the evening time now is that means I'm going to have to stay up really late to get my hours in for work. So today, let's see, I've got 2.5 hours in during his nap today, so that means I still have 2.5 hours to do tonight. So I'm about to head in as soon as I finish this, and so it'll be about 9:20ish by the time I start working. 10, maybe about 11:30 at the earliest that I'll be done for tonight and be able to go to bed. So that's not always awesome, and I just realized it's mom goals moment is this lovely spot right here is sauce from tonight's dinner from Lorenzo's little hands. He left some on my shirt. Mom goals. Anyways, so tonight I walked. It was a brisk pace, but not like a super crazy pace, like where I was like breathing heavy the whole time. No, for me, I don't enjoy those kind of walks. I don't know, I'd just rather run than do a walk at that pace. So it's just a super brisk type walk, but not like a strenuous walk. And so I did 1.3 miles and it was 22 minutes, so clearly not a running pace, clearly a walking pace, but I feel really great afterwards. Like my muscles, they're not really sore, but I mean, I haven't really done too much recently other than just doing my normal type stuff of like doing squats when I'm doing laundry or doing dishes or picking up clothes or like picking up toys. I mean, all that jazz is I make sure that I do like a full proper squat when I'm going down, so that way when I stand up I actually feel the burn, especially if I'm cleaning up toys, since they seem to go everywhere and you're doing about 20 to 30 squats across your living room, or like do like a little duck walk across the room as you're picking up the toys instead of getting up and doing squats kind of thing. So I try to incorporate little things throughout the day. I mean, they probably don't add up to a crazy amount, but it works for me. And so yeah, that's really all I've been doing for about the past 9.5 weeks since the Ohio stay-at-home order was put into place. Over the past like week and a half to 2 weeks, they've started slowly like reopening stuff. Oh wait, no, it was just last weekend that they opened it up for the first time. I don't remember. But in 9.5 weeks, things have kind of changed a little bit for us, at least. As you can tell, my background is different. We ended up being able to finally move our unit. We were starting to have some issues with our neighbors that were above us. Unfortunately, they decided to start smoking indoors, so we were getting some cigarette smoke infiltration into our unit, and it just wasn't very pleasant, along with the fact that they were a little bit noisy. I mean, they had kids, so we understood, but when it's at 3 in the morning, that's a different story. So thankfully, our apartment community was able to work with us and get us into a different unit, and fortunately one of the townhouses in the complex had come available, so we were able to move into a townhouse, so we have a lot more space now, and that also means we have a nice patio too. So before we had a patio, but we were underneath the neighbors and it was kind of a funky shaped patio, and then with our neighbors we ran the risk that you were going to have water, dirty water, dumped on your head at any minute. For some reason, they couldn't go over to the edge of the balcony to dump the cleaning water that they were using. They literally just opened their door and just dumped it. So if you were sitting in your chair, you would get drenched. And that is not a pleasant experience. And so we didn't really get to use our outdoor space that much, especially once Lorenzo came, so we didn't want him to get drenched. I mean, so it's nice not having that as a risk anymore. And yeah, but the unfortunate part was we had to move within a couple weeks of all of this chaos starting, so it was about a month after everything started, so that was a bit stressful. And so we thankfully we were able to get everything done and settled in, but it's hard when you still have to work and be your own daycare and move and unpack and all that at the same time. So that was a bit of a stressful time for us. So these past 1.5 weeks, I found that I have not gone running. The most I've done is kind of gone for walks during the day with Lorenzo. We'll take the stroller out and I'll kind of do like a faster paced walk when he's in the stroller. And that's been about what I've done. So I kind of took a break from running, mostly just due to the fact of just sheer exhaustion. When you're getting up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every day, and you're a playmate all day, and the only time I get to work is during his nap time. So play, work, play, and then he goes to bed around like 7:30. These nights now, and so then once he's in bed, then it's all the normal type routines, and then I finally get to start working again. So they're long days, and so I couldn't justify going running and not getting that sleep, and so I just haven't. And tonight I just decided I need to. It's beautiful, and it's amazing what some fresh air can do for your mind, your motivation. When the world is in like the crazy state that it is difficult to be motivated to go out and exercise and run and keep this healthy routine and prep all your meals and do all these things that you may have had time to do before. But it's different now. Things are different now. The majority of people are still working from home. There's a good bulk of people that are like in my situation and my husband's situation of you're the daycare now and you still have to work. I am fortunate in the fact that I had already had a reduced work schedule, but I tell my husband frequently now is I don't know how I have the utmost respect for single parents right now. If they're working 40-hour weeks right now and taking care of their kids full time, I don't know how they're doing it all. Is me working 25-hour weeks and taking care of my son all day is exhausting me to the level that it is. I don't know how people can do a full work week. I can only applaud you for those single parents out there. You're doing a great job. And just try to stay motivated. Try not to let the negativity in the world and the things that you can't control, especially the people in your world, that you can't control people. You can't ever read their minds. You can't know what they're thinking and why they're doing something. All I can say is be the positive force that lifts yourself up. Be that force in your life that is going to say you're going to move past that event or that person or that habit or whatever it is you need to move past, and you're going to make that change in your life and you're going to hold yourself accountable for it. I may not be the best person to advocate for that, especially since I had wanted to continue running through the year and getting back into my running routine, since I do love running. It makes me feel calm and it makes me feel good about my body when I know that it's strong enough to handle those things. And things changed quickly with this year and unexpectedly. And one of the hardest things for me was going with the flow on that, is realizing that I couldn't keep up the routine that I wanted to keep up. And for me, that was hard. And what helped me get over that sense of loss of the routine I had started to establish was the fact that I get to be with my son, and I get to be with my husband, and they're both still healthy. And the fact that I can go outside and just take that moment of peace and calm. It doesn't have to be an hour, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It's even some days it's just stepping outside for a minute. It could be pouring outside, but stepping out just enough to get that little bit of fresh air and just calm your mind and calm your body. That's been huge. I feel like this little clip here at the end got a little lengthy. I tend to get wordy at times. I apologize. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't apologize for that. That's who I am. And right now, I wish I could stay out here all night. As you can tell, the lights are coming on. But I don't know if you can see this. But this is our little patio setup. But these over here, are my little solar lights that have just started coming on. And I really just want to stay out here and hang out because this space is so calm and peaceful and quiet, and I can hear the birds and I can hear the squirrels rustling around and the bunnies that I just saw go by. But I know I need to get inside and do work for tonight. Super fun. Anyway, just know whatever you set your mind to do, you can do. Whether that's a modification of the routine you wanted to start before all of the chaos started in the world, or whether it's the same goal that you had then. Try to set aside 5 minutes for yourself today to put some effort into that goal. Now, I know 5 minutes isn't a ton of time, but 5 minutes you could go outside. Just breathe and be calm. 5 minutes you could go on a quick little walk, whether it's around your house, your apartment building. For some people it might be a full block that you can get around in 5 minutes. Just take that 5 minutes and do what you want with that 5 minutes, where somebody doesn't need you for something and you can just give yourself a break, or you can feel that sense of accomplishment. Whatever it is, I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you stay calm in your mind. Or if you need to rage out for a few minutes, that's acceptable. We all have those moments. We can't always be in perfect control of our emotions, and sometimes you just need to have that little outburst to get out of your system to be able to move past it. So long story long, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling.